Hello mga students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat. Ituloy na natin yung panghuling recording natin using the review questions that I prepared for you. Pag-usapan po natin dito sa recording na ito ang inventory estimation, particularly yung retail inventory method. So with that, allow me to share my slides para mapag-usapan po natin itong review question. 15 ba to or 16? I forgot. But anyway, concepts muna tayo about retail inventory bago po tayo mag-proceed sa problem solving or dun sa question mismo. Sa naunang video lecture natin, pinag-usapan natin yung isang klase ng inventory estimation using the gross profit method. So mas madali-dali po yun. Paano naman po itong retail inventory method? Now, the retail inventory method is applicable for the retail industry. Alam niyo naman for the retail industry like in the case of SM, Walter Mart, Robinson, napakarami ng kanilang mga inventories, lalong-lalo na pag ang pinag-uusapan natin ay mga nesis, ay mga groceries, mga food items na mabilis yung turnover. Maya't maya, bago ng bago yung presyo. Like for example, kung involved kasi kayo sa pag-grocery sa bahay ninyo, and usually ito yung nararamdaman ng mga magulang na every month or siguro twice a month kailangang bumili, kailangang mag-grocery since naka-identify kung ano-ano yung mga bibilhin nila nakasama sa listahan. Natitake note nila last purchase ko magkano itong Milo. No? Kung ang isang kilo nabili ko kunwari lang ay 400. Bakit ngayon 420 na? Ang taas na. Tapos sa susunod mapapansin mo nag-increase. Minsan bumababa. Okay? So in cases like this in the retail industry, a large number of rapidly changing items. Take note ha. Large number of rapidly changing items with similar margins, na impracticable na gumamit ng ibang costing methods. So gagamitin natin yung retail inventory. Under the retail inventory method, ang pinaka natin dito pinaka pinupunto sa computation is to identify the cost to retail ratio. Ito, ratio of cost to retail. So, we consider may column tayo na binabantayan for the cost, tapos meron ding column na binabantayan for the retail. Okay? And then, at some point in the computation, we need to compare the cost and then the retail and then divide para makuha natin yung cost to retail ratio. Okay? So, anong sabi dito sa pangalawang paragraph? Yung cost daw ng inventory ay nadidetermine by reducing the sales value of the inventory by the appropriate percentage gross margin. Ang makikita nyo po ng mga amounts doon sa halimbawa, nag-grocery kayo, those are the selling prices. And those prices, fluctuate from time to time. So, and as using a certain percentage gross margin, from that sales value of the inventory, multiply natin yun sa gross margin para malaman natin magkano yung estimated na cost. Okay? That percentage na ginagamit po natin takes into consideration inventory that has been marked down to below its original selling price. Mamaya may mga terminologies po tayo na kailangan pong tandaan at malaman natin saan po ito papasok sa ating mga computations. Okay? Sabi din dito, class, that an average percentage sa kada retail department ay ginagamit. Is often used. Okay. Pero class, in accounting for your inventories using the retail method or the retail inventory method, kinakailangan po properly maintained. Meron tayong records ng mga purchases at cost and also at the selling price. Kasi nga sabi natin, in computing for the cost to retail ratio, dapat meron kang information about your cost as well as your retail. Kasi hindi mo yan makukuha na ratio na yan kung hindi mo minomonitor yung cost at saka yung selling price. Okay? Pakita natin ha sa ating mga illustrations. Pero bago po yan, pag gumagamit po tayo ng retail inventory method, ang dami lang po kasi natin dito kailangan tandaan. And oftentimes, madalas, doon tayo nadadali. Nalilito tayo saan ko na nga ito ipapasok, isasalpak ng mga amounts na ito, sa cost ba or sa retail. Okay. I need to account for the freight. I need to account for the discounts, for the returns, for the allowances, and other relevant items. Tignan ninyo itong mga bullets, no? Pag freight in, addition daw to purchases at cost. Obvious naman. Okay? It has nothing to do with the retail. Okay? Sa cost lang. Yung purchase discount, okay? Purchase allowances, deductions po ito from purchases pero sa cost column lang. So sabi ko sa inyo, no? Babantayan natin, meron tayong columns for the cost, meron ka ring column for what? For the retail. Kung meron tayong purchase discounts and purchase allowances, ang deduction po na yon ay sa cost lang. Hindi mo papakialaman yung retail na column. Okay, pero class, pag meron kang purchase returns, deducted yan both from the cost and the retail amounts of purchases. So in both columns, no, kailangan mong ibawas kasi ito class ay physical return. Actual reduction po. Samantalang yung discounts and allowances, binabawasan lang natin yung value ng purchases pero walang actual na balik. Walang physical na flow. Okay? Pag meron kang sales returns, deducted from retail sales. Okay? Retail sales. Sales returns, sales discounts, sales allowances, sa retails yung pinag-uusapan po natin. Retail column. Not in your cost column. Okay? Pero yung purchases, discounts, allowances, dahil walang physical, cost only. Pero yung purchase returns, deducted sa cost, deducted sa retail. Okay? Yung sales returns, deducted sa retail. Okay? Paano pag sales discounts? Sales allowances. Naka-caps lock, naka-capitalize. Hindi po natin yan binabawa sa retail sales kasi wala po itong actual flow. Actual na ano no, kabawasan sa iyong benta. Discounts and allowances have no physical movement. Meron tayong departmental transfer in, meron tayong departmental transfer out. Ito po ay transfer within departments. Okay? Pag transfer in, debit. Karagdagan yan sa cost mo at saka yung equivalent din na retail amount. Transfer from one department papunta. So may nag-transfer in. Addition sa cost, addition sa retail. Transfer out, naka-credit naman. Babawasan yung cost mo, babawasan din yung equivalent retail amount. How about losses? Ano pong klaseng losses, sir? Normal or abnormal? Pag normal losses, shortages, shrinkages, anong sabi dito? Deducted from the goods available for sale. GAFs. GAF. Tama, GAFs or GAFS. Or kung paano nyo man yan, ano man yung gamit niyo dito na acronym, no? Or paano nyo yan babasahin. Alright. So, deduction daw at retail. Pero, after computing the cost ratio. Pagkatapos na ma-compute natin yung cost ratio. Samantalang pag abnormal losses, deducted both from the cost at saka sa retail amounts before computing the cost ratio or cost to retail ratio. Abnormal, bawas both sa cost at sa retail before. Normal, deduction po sa goods available for sale after computing the cost ratio. Deduction sa at retail. Okay? Kung meron kang discount to employees and favored customers, no, anong sabi dito? Deducted daw siya from the goods available for sale, pero at retail. After computing the cost ratio, parang yung ating normal loss. Tama? In effect, this is an addition to sales. Okay? Oh, please take note of the following consideration. Sa ngayon, medyo ang hirap kasi niyan i-visualize pag walang computation. So, tignan po ninyo yung computation later. Let's consider the following. Mga terminologies. Especially itong mga markup, markdown, and their related cancellation. Pag sinabi natin class na original retail, ito yung una na selling price, no? Nung in-offer mo siya for sale. Kunwari, nagbebenta ka ng, ano to, alcohol. Okay? Unang benta mo dito, you are selling it at 25 pesos. So that is the original retail. In the future, no, tumaas, tinaasan mo, nagkaroon ka ng markup or yung additional markup. This is an increase in the selling price over the original retail price. So kung ang original na retail mo 25 per piece, no? Tapos nag-markup ka ng 2 pesos, 25 plus 2, o di equals 27 na. Ang markup mo dito ay yung 2 pesos. How about the markdown? Yung markdown naman is the decrease in the selling price. Okay? Kung markup ay increase sa selling price, etong markdown naman, decrease in the selling price below the original retail price. Kunwari, from 25, binawasan mo naman ngayon, nagbawas ka ng 2. So, magiging 25 minus 2 equals 23. So, yung markdown mo ay 2 pesos. So, ang bagong selling price mo ngayon ay 23. Okay? Markup, pataas. Ang basis mo ha, ang point mo, point of reference mo ay yung original retail. Tumaas ka doon sa original retail markup. Bumaba ka sa original retail markdown. Paano naman yung mga markup cancellation and the markdown cancellation? Okay? Pag sinabi nating markup cancellation, kinakancel mo yung portion ng mga markups mo. Decrease in the selling price which does not bring the new selling price below the original retail. Kunwari, no, dito sa markup mo, naging 27 ka. Pero sa sumunod na araw or sa sumunod na beses na binenta mo yung produkto mo, binenta mo ito 26. Okay? Ano yung markup cancellation mo? Yung markup cancellation mo is piso. Pero it does not bring the new selling price below the original retail because your original retail is 25. Tama ba? So from 2 to yung original markup mo, kinancel mo yung piso. So yung net markup mo ay piso. Yung markup cancellation mo out of the 2 na overall markup, may piso na cancellation. So the net markup ngayon, ito na terminology, is the markup less markup cancellation. So kung nag-markup ka dati 2, nagkaroon ka ng markup cancellation ng piso, di yan equals, ang net markup mo ay piso. Ganon din naman yan sa markdown cancellation. From 23, dinagdagan mo ng 50 cents. Di ngayon, ang price mo ngayon, ang selling price mo na bago ay 23.5. Okay? Anong markdown cancellation mo? 50 cents. Magkano yung net markdown mo? Kung nag-markdown ka nung nakaraan ng 2, dito sa 25 minus 2, ito yung original na markdown mo. Binawi mo yung 0.5. Yung markdown or yung net markdown mo ay 150. Na-consider? Napansin? Take note ng mga sumusunod, no? Bakit? Kasi we need to consider this sa retail portion. Sabi dito, yung mga markup, markdown, as well as the beginning inventory are included in the computation of the cost to retail percentage. Pero ina-apply natin doon sa mga ending inventory at retail. And this approximated average cost of the inventory is then compared to the net realizable value. Kasi sabi natin, LCNRV tayo. Okay, tignan natin ito na illustration mo. Unahin natin yung paggamit ng average retail. Okay, consider the following info. Meron kang beginning. Beginning at cost, 70,000. Okay, at retail mo, binibenta mo ito ngayon at 126. Okay? Meron kang purchases. Your purchases amounted to, ito yung gross, no, 340. If this is sold on retail, the amount will be 438,000. Purchase returns. Sabi natin yung purchase returns ay merong physical. Bakit naglalag ako? Okay, may physical reduction. Okay? Ba't ganon? Para akong naghahang. Okay, so kung may physical reduction ako, naku saan na hindi apektado yung aking internet. Kung may physical reduction ako, both sa cost, tignan ninyo ha, wala. Both sa cost, may negative 20,000, sa retail, negative 24,000. Pero pansinin ninyo, yung purchase allowance, purchase discount, saan lang siya nakabawas? Dito lamang po, no? Sa cost, hindi kasama sa retail. Kasi eto, walang physical tayo dito. No physical reduction. Okay? So we are only considering the cost. Kasi nga naman, di ba, in computing for your net purchases, Gross purchases less returns, allowance, and discounts. Ang freight in, ano sabi natin? Idadagdag lamang po yan sa cost at never sa retail. Okay? Kung meron tayong mga markups, markdown, net of cancellation, it will not affect your cost. Okay? Ang affected po niyan ay yung retail. So, kung additional markup net of cancellation, yung net markup mo ay 24,000. Markdown net of cancellation. So, yung net markdown mo 10,000 naka-negative. Okay. Ngayon, abnormal losses mo. Anong sabi natin? Abnormal losses are deducted both from the cost and the retail before the cost to retail ratio computation. Balikan natin ha, yung previous slides. Andito, abnormal losses, ito ha, ayan, are deducted from both cost and retail amount before computing the cost ratio. So tama naman, di ba? Ayan. Okay? So abnormal losses, bawas yung 18 sa cost, bawas yung 22 sa retail. How about departmental transfer outs? Ano naman ang sabi sa atin about departmental transfer out? Okay. Asan yon? Departmental transfer out deduction from both cost and retail amounts of purchases. Binawas ba both? Yes. Pag departmental transfer in, karagdagan po yan. In this case, parehas po silang binawas pero magkaibang amount yan kasi iba yung cost, iba yung retail. And then you get the total. Okay, assuming wala nang ibang information provided. Ang total cost, ang tawag natin dito, no? Okay, meron kang beginning inventory. Tapos ito yung parang mga net purchases na. Although hindi na siya ngayon net purchases kasi meron kang pang mga consideration ng abnormal losses, departmental transfer outs. So, etong amount na ito na 294 plus yung 70,000, ito yung tinatawag natin na goods available for sale, GAFs. Okay? So, that amounts to 364,000. Okay? You also do that. May 126 ka sa retail beginning plus etong total nito, 394,000. Ang total mo naman ngayon ay 520. Now, we will use that in computing for your cost to retail ratio. Gagawin mong numerator ngayon itong 364 tapos 520 yung denominator mo. And by so doing, no, you will arrive at a certain cost to retail percentage, which is 70%. O, pa-double check ha sa inyong mga calculator, 364 divided by 520, 70%. Anong gagawin ko dyan, sir? Saan ko yan gagamitin? Gagamitin mo yan para malaman mo magkano yung ending inventory. Pero saan mo yan i-apply? Okay. Tignan ninyo ito. No? Meron tayong sales. Okay? Sales mo, given ito sa problem, meron kang 380,000. Okay. Sales returns, 15,000. Kung meron man tayong sales discount, sales allowances, it will not be deducted in your retail amounts, no? Because there is no physical movement. Employee discount normal losses, it has an effect as if it's added to your sales. Why? Balikan po natin ito, no, na previous slide. Oo, sana hindi affected yung aking recording. Anong sabi dito? Normal, ano daw, deducted daw from the goods available for sale after computing the cost ratio. Discount, no, deducted din from the goods available for sale at retail, no, after computing, which has the same effect as if you add is to your sales. Bakit? Okay, sige. Tignan natin ano doon sa problem. Okay, no? So, bantayan po ng mga amounts sa, ayan, you can pause the video para ma-process ninyo yung mga information. Dinagdag natin yung employee discount. 1,500. Yung normal losses 2,500 for a total of 4,000. So, ang total sales mo, no, parang net sales mo dito ay 369,000. Okay? 369,000. And then, from this 520, bawas mo itong total sales mo. Goods available for sale at retail, 520. Magkano yung nabenta? At retail kasi ito, di ba? Tapos, ito yung total sales mo at retail. So, ano matitira? Ending inventory at retail. Nasusundan ba ako? So, 520 minus 369, o meron kang 151,000. Kung binawas mo yung employee discounts at normal losses sa goods available for sale, o di paano yun? 520 minus 4. So, ang net niya ay 516. Ibabawas mo din naman yung net sales eh. Ibabawas mo yung 380 net of the 15. So it has the same computation same result 151,000. So kung either ibawas mo sa goods available for sale at retail or idagdag mo na lang dito sa sales computation Nakukuha ba? So kasi sa isa mina-minus, sa isa naman ay dinadagdag. Okay? So kung ito yung ending inventory at retail mo, magkano yung ending inventory at cost? O dito na class papasok yung 70%. Mumultiply mo yung 70% dito sa 151,000 and then your ending inventory at cost will be 105,700. So this is your estimated ending inventory. Inventory estimation tayo dito using average retail. Pag naka-average ka, class, anong gagawin natin? Kasama, considered po natin yung beginning inventory. Okay? Pero, paano yung FIFO? Sa FIFO kasi, i-ignore mo itong 70,000, i-ignore mo itong 126,000. You will only consider this 294 and 394 in getting your cost to retail ratio. So, the same concept no doon sa process costing na weighted averaging at saka yung FIFO. We exclude the beginning inventory. So dito, since nagko-compute tayo ng cost to retail ratio, ang cost to retail ratio mo dito is yung lang 294 at saka yung 394. So, mas malaki-laki yung makukumpute natin dito. Unlike kanina na 70%. So, 74.62% round off na lang natin sa two decimal places. Okay? And then, you do the same process, no? Ending inventory at retail mo, ganun pa rin naman, class. No, yung proseso na ginawa natin, yung computation na ginawa natin kanina, iba lang yung cost percentage. And in this case, syempre, magbabago din yung ending inventory at cost mo in the amount of 112,676. Compared kanina na 102 something ba yon? If I'm not mistaken, tama ba yon? 151 times 70%. 105,700. Okay? So, that's the difference. Tignan po ninyo itong example natin sa question number 16. Okay, anong tinatanong? Compute daw natin yung estimated cost of ending inventory. Okay? You were given the cost, you were given the retail. Average retail. So, isasama natin yung beginning inventory. Anong gagawin ko? 23 plus 120, edi meron ka ditong 153,000. Tama ba? Tapos, paano ka naman dito? Hanggang dito ka lang sa sale sa net markdown. Wag mo muna itong isama. 60 plus 220, 280 plus 20, 300 minus 40. Oh, 260 ba 'yon? Tignan natin kung tama yung pagkakakompute natin. Okay? Tapos, kunin natin yung cost to retail ratio. 153 divided by 260. Ayan. Okay? 143. Okay, tignan natin ito Anong sabi natin kanina? Sorry, 143 nga naman. Tama. Bakit ko ba ito naging 153? Buti na lang. Andyan yung solusyon. Pero obvious naman, na-overlook lang ni sir. Exhausted na. Palusot ka pa, sir, na. Okay, mali ka lang talaga. So, 143. So, 143 divided by 260. Yan yung cost to retail ratio natin. Pakita natin yung solution. Ayan po, ginawa lang po natin the same, So, 260, cost of goods available for sale. Yung na-compute natin dito. Bawas natin ngayon yung 180,000. So, yung ending inventory at retail mo ay, eto, 80,000. Okay? So, parang sinabi natin ito. Lagyan lang natin ito ng mga guhit-guhit. Pag samasamahin mo itong apat, at retail yan eh. Bawas mo yung sales revenue kasi at retail price din ito. Ending inventory at retail price mo 80,000. Tapos sabi natin 143 divided by, double check natin, 143 divided by 260. Ba, sarado pala, eksakto 55%. So, the ending inventory at cost is now 44,000. Letter C. Okay? So, sana naintindihan, sana nasusundan yung ating retail inventory method. Okay, one more. Pero ang tinatanong dito ay inventory overage or shortage at retail value. Paano kaya ito? Akala ko sir yung mga over short ay sa cash lang, petty cash fund. Sige, tignan natin ito na. The information provided to you, ang beginning inventory at cost mo ay 630. At retail value, 1,050,000. Okay? Purchases at cost mo 420 at retail value 735. Gawa ka ng dalawang columns. Column for cost, sa kanan column for retail. Para yung ganitong information na naka-narrative or naka-list ay maigawa mo sa template. Meron kang net sales na 1,050,000. Ang markdown mo ay babawas mo at retail, di ba? Yung sales manager increased the selling price of 16 pieces of t-shirts by 50 because of the increase in demand. The increase was subsequently canceled on the remaining 300 pieces. Pero class now, meron tayong pieces dito per unit, tapos nabawasan per unit. Okay? May mga markup cancellation tayo. And then we were provided with the physical inventory at ano no, on January 31, 2019 at retail value 665. Papaano natin ito sasagutan, no? Na inventory overage shortage at retail value. Now, allow me to present the solution so that we'll be able to process the answer. So, tignan ninyo anong unique dito. Ito, wala naman tayong kaso. So, 1,050,000 at saka yung purchases. Parehas naman yan ay given. Tama? Ayan, beginning inventory mo at retail, 1,050,000 at retail, yung purchases, 735. Paano yung markup? 1,600. Given din ito ha. Ito, 1,600 times 50. Tapos na-cancel subsequently yung 300. Okay? At magkano? At 50 din, syempre. Wala namang information as to certain amount. Kinancel natin, for that specific amount. Okay? So, markup mo, syempre, 16 times 50. Okay? Sana talaga hindi maapektuhan yung recording kasi nagahang. And then you have your markup cancellation only for the remaining 300. So, hindi lahat. Okay? So, ang markdown mo, given din po ito, 105,000. Pag add minus mo yan, ang total mo ay 1,745,000. And then you were provided with the sales revenue. Magkano yung sales revenue? May sales revenue ba tayo dito? Okay, double check natin ha. Sir, saan galing yung sales revenue na 1,050,000? Okay, eto, nagkataon lang na parehas po. Baka tanungin niyo ako, sir, may typo error ba? Kasi yung 1,050,000 beginning inventory at retail value yan eh. Bakit yun din yung kinuha mo dito, 1,050,000? Hindi po. In fact, class, this is given. Asan yun? Ito din siya. Net sales amounted to 1,050,000. Nagkataon, parehas lang silang amount, pero hindi po ito yun tinutukoy natin. No? Okay? So, net sales mo, 1,050,000. Bawas mo dito sa total goods available for sale at retail. So, yung ending inventory mo at retail ay 695. Eto dapat yung ending inventory at retail mo. Pero anong sabi kanina? Ang retail value mo, 665. So meron tayong nawawala. Ang answer natin dito ay, ayan, 30,000 pesos. Okay? So these are some illustrations no, depicting or illustrating your retail inventory method. Okay? Nakita nyo na yung next slide natin, end of discussions. So please let me know ha if ever you have any questions. By the way, the references that I used in this lectures, including yung computations, no, ay coming from PAS2 directly. sa ating standard in the book of Susmilan, Empleo Robles, and Attorney Valix. Okay? So hanggang dito naman po yung ating panghuling video lecture covering our review questions on past one inventories. Maraming salamat po. Until next time. Bye-bye.